Another Sunday's Best. This is Stephen Furtick. Again, another message that I had saved on my phone. Is 6 years old and it's powerful. And I want you to listen to it and tell me what you think about this. Let's see.
To those who turn back the battle at the gate. The first part of the verse is about standards. He will be a spirit of justice. He will decide what is wrong and right. To the one who sits in judgment, he will be a spirit of justice and a source of strength to the one who turns back the battle at the gate. So the same God that is the source of our strength is to also be the source of our standards. And here's the question that I came to ask today. How can I expect God's strength if I do not embrace God's standards? I'm about to throw this mic, brother.
Uh-oh. What do you guys think about that? Usually, right, people are asking God for things, but not obeying his word. This one is about strength. What does that mean? I'm going to God for prayer for healing. I need reinforcement. I need his strength to strengthen me. So when I get a bad report, I can refute it. Because see, I'm my own voice. I have the knowledge of God. I have the word of God, the Bible as my blueprint. But I have to have the power and the strength and the confidence that when the doctor tells me, and this has happened to me already, that I may not make it through this childbirth, that I will never, ever, 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 ever have another child naturally. I mean, it was a list of things. And I literally told the doctor to stop, to leave my room. And I told my husband, go talk to him, receive whatever he's saying, not receive it in your spirit, but listen out of respect, because I have to get in prayer. I don't have time to hear this nonsense because it's nonsense. So I immediately immersed myself. I was in the hospital anyway, but I really got laser focused. But I could call on God because I had a standard that I read about in the Bible. His standard became my standard. Now, I've made many mistakes and not perfect at all, but I know his standard. What is your standard? Let's listen some more, because this is good. This is a great message.
See, how can I call God the source of my strength if I have not made him the source of my standards? He will be a spirit of justice to the one who sits in judgment. Now, if I have left that seat open and I have left culture to tell me what's right and wrong, how can I look to culture for my standards and then look to God for my strength? How can I look for the world to tell me how to live and then expect God to give me strength for a standard that was not his?
Yo, this message is fire. I'm so happy I found it in my phone. Fire. Note, whenever you find a message, write it down. YouTube, just copy the link and put it in your phone, because this is right on time for me. Our children, I mean adults as well, but I'm just thinking about teenagers. Think about your children. You've set a standard in your home. They go out, do their thing, but then call you when they mess up. Who else are they gonna call? They need you to fix the problem. That's what we do to God. How do you feel when your child knows your standard, decides to do it his way anyway, but then calls you to bail him out? Yo, I need you to pay for this. Can you call and see if you can? Oh, mommy, please, please, please. I totally messed up. But do you give your child grace? the way you ask God for grace? Seriously, every time your child messes up, I want you to immediately think of yourself, because you are God's child, and you should immediately humble yourself and give him grace or her grace. Don't ask God or anyone else for anything that you are not willing to do yourself. Now, that is a standard I have, and I learned that working at the Gap. I had my manager actually said to me, I will never ask of you of something that I wouldn't do. And I was like, oh, and that stuck with me. I don't ask my friends for anything that I have not already given them or give them. But yet they ask me for. And I had someone say to me, but you're able to do that because I'm not as giving. I'm not as thoughtful. I'm not as, well, you know what? You're not. So why am I hanging out with you? That's stupid on my part. Took me a minute to get that. But when people tell you that they're not something and they're not willing to become that or try to become that, take note. We've had people, when I say we, including my husband in this, tell us they don't want us at a certain place, or our standard or our presence will bring light to something, or someone else might get mad about it. And at first I'm thinking, oh, that's not a big deal. And then I realized, oh, you really don't want me around. Why am I trying to be friends with you? That doesn't make any sense. I don't operate that way. I don't have low self-esteem. It's good. Deuces. We're good. We're out. But remember that you said that. Like, don't come back and say, oh, I didn't really mean it. You meant it. And we finally heard it. But what's your standard? Are you going by the world standard or God's standard? And if you're going by the world's, then be ready to be talking to Satan to bail you out. Don't go to God unless you're serious. But I love that message. So today we learn one word that's going to get us to our level of success: standard. What's your standard? Raise your standard, and I will see you on the other side of success. Have a great day.